So it's all about saying, Call Allah Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah. All praise to the Most High God, name of the only God Son, who were ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I'm Gazam. We got my boy Kadar in the building, your bunny, and also Big Zebulon in the cut, man. We're here to give y'all a quick little lesson through the spirit on what does it take to be a true man according to the Bible, and what does it look like. We just flowing through the spirit. So Lord willing, y'all edified through the spirit. But first precept I want to start out with is First Kings.
Let me get that for you. I got you. You already know Marita.
You get that now.
What is it?
First Kings chapter 2. Crash it. I can just share one of these random screens right here. I share this. Am I saying it? No, not this one. All right, come on. All right, yeah. Don't worry about that. Yeah, it's tripping. Come on, King. I'm ready whenever you are.
What verse is that? It's a lot. From the top?
Yeah, you start from top
Okay,
head here.
okay, I know where you're going now. First Kings chapter 2 start from the top. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore, and shew thyself a man,
Come
and
on.
keep. Oh, it's a lot, my bad.
So the king of Israel, called his son Solomon, one of the wisest kings on the earth. He called him before he died and told him, one thing I want you to do. I'm finna die. But one thing I want to tell you is make sure you be strong, and I want you to show yourself to be a man. Now let's see what he said you have to do to show yourself to be a man.
Time. I'm trying to see if I can grab something real quick.
Uh,
Verse 3. And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
Con. So he wants you to go your way, and whatever you do, make sure you do what the Lord commands you to do, which is written inside the law of Moses. And that cuts out, I say, 70% of the Israelites in America today. That cuts out over half of them. Because I know 70% of us do not keep the laws of God, hands down. And the reason why I say if you don't keep those, you're not a man because you have no moral code and you have no moral compass. You have no
Con,
you have no structure to keep you stable and to keep your decisions consistent and your judgments pure and righteous. So because in times past, whenever I was taught by society on what it takes to be a man and and like what kind of things are okay and what's not okay, some of those contradict the scriptures. I.e., for example, it's okay to talk to a woman even though she got a man if it's not your partner. And then
mm-hmm.
it's still causing division in our community, and it's still causing damage to our community. Because at the end of the day, you're still backdooring a brother. And if he finds out, you know what's gonna happen to you, right? You're gonna be on a t-shirt.
Con,
Which is rightfully so because you should be dealing with another man's possession. Simple and plain. But like
con,
kind
oh,
of
it's a
gotta
lot. And I kind of want to use it. Of course, it's a milk precept, but it's going into, like, of course, we all know Deuteronomy 4 and 6,
come.
but I wanted to tie that in with First Kings 2, and because it's telling you how to show it's telling you how to show yourself to be a man, and then it goes into our moral compass, which is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and which
Come.
is why I feel Deuteronomy 4 and 6 is, what I'm saying, it's a great precept to go, at least for the first part of it. It says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and understanding. This is where you get your wisdom and understanding to even gauge certain situations as a man of the
Exactly.
household, et cetera, et cetera. But I just wanted to get the first part of that, not the later part.
Come on. Do you think, King?
And then, I mean, really, like I said, that's it. It's important to, per usual, keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord.
Because like end of the day, like no one wants a man that can't be rooted in his foundation and also get tossed to and fro when it comes to judgment. Just like my brother Kodar was saying, like earlier before we even got on the call, like how can you expect to lead your household if you can't even lead your spirit? You can't even like you don't even know where you're going. How you gonna lead them a place where you don't even know where you're going? It's like one of my favorite verses by King Solomon, which I feel like it should apply to everybody on this call, and also to most definitely brothers that got reals and got family, because the scripture says, "Where there's no vision, the people perish." You know why that's like you know why that's so true? Because guess what? If they don't know where they're going, they just run around in circles. For example, if you take a ship with no captain, and you just let that bitch loose into the sea, eventually the ship gonna either for sure eventually the mother ship gonna crash and it's gonna be no longer to be found. That means it's gonna be destroyed. But then you take a ship that got a captain and got a destination. There are a 99%. It's like they got 100% better chance to again again where they're going because they got a destination, they got a vision. That's the same with your household. Your household cannot work and grow if they don't have a vision on what they're trying to achieve. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with that one.
Come, I'm get this precept in feel like look at Sirach chapter 10. Because
It's all right, 10 or what?
um let's see. I would want to start at verse 1, but read all the way to verse 3.
Kind of got you. This is direct. Chapter 10, start from the top. A wise
There you go. I'm ready now.
a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Come on, I say a wise judge will instruct his people. If you got a household, for sure, or you're a husband, if you're a brother, if you are part of a camp and you're a leader in a camp, if you even just got young men looking up to you, you are a judge. So, Lord willing, you are a wise judge. A wise judge has wisdom, and we know what our wisdom is according to the scripture. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. Our wisdom is the law. So, if you got the law and you meditate on the law and you conduct yourself after the ways of God and keep His law, then you will instruct your people. And it said the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Because if you're prudent, that means you're looking towards the future. You're preparing yourself for the future. So that means you're looking ahead, and also you're disciplined now because you're keeping the acts that God told you to keep. And then that's why you're gonna be that's why you're gonna be able to order your people that's around you in a correct way, because you got a moral compass, and also you know where you're going, and you're a type of man that's prudent, so you're disciplined, and now you're gonna get that job done.
Kind
That's
and
what makes. Go ahead, King.
and I'm gonna wait to say that precept. I'm gonna wait to say it.
But like,
Verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of the man rule Salagi, and what manner of the man the ruler of the city is, such are all that dwelleth therein.
and let's go back to what we were
That's
saying
called
earlier.
a
You know,
product.
so however you are, that's how your people that's under you and in your household is gonna be. That's why whenever we get to the women's course, I'm gonna get that precept in First Corinthians, because it says that the man is job is to bring glory to the Father, but the woman's job is to bring glory to the man. But guess what? We should be following after Christ, who is above us, and the woman should be following after us as we follow Christ. So therefore, we all bring glory back to the Father. But if there's a disconnect in any one of those, it brings dishonor to the Father, because the Most High doesn't deal with things that are not in decency and in order.
Uh,
Same with a prudent and a righteous king. He's gonna move in a manner that is righteous. So you have no choice but to either get into the system, or you're gonna fade away because you can't handle the pressure. The problem is, if I gotta get this precept in Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, I gotta get it next. But the problem is, you got these boys that's over age 20 that feel like they're men. You're not a man until you're able to set your feelings to the side and to do things that are uncomfortable to you, but you know that you stand on the principle and the moral of your God and the one that you set for yourself. Because you may not believe in the Bible as I do, or that Kadar do, or Zebulon or Yabanya, but you gotta have a moral foundation to stand on and say, look, no matter what happens, I'm not going against these moral standards. No matter what society says is wrong, if 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 the book says right, or like my morals say is right, my OG morals say is right, then it's right in my eyes.
and so like I noticed with me standing on the truth, a lot of people respect you for it too.
Come on, they do.
Even though they might not agree, they respect how down the root you are for what you believe in. And this is personal experience. Like even the people that's under me, or that that's under me currently, when I came into this truth, when I went under that pecking order and I followed Christ, it's like she automatically fell in line. She's
Come
gonna
on,
follow me the same way I follow Christ. And then now
exactly,
you got the whole product of your environment. Now the entire household is following Christ because you're the head of the household.
exactly. Because she know, no matter what happens, no matter what goes on, she know for sure she can rely on Kadar to stand on these specific principles. Like no matter if his mom's mad, his sister mad, his brother mad, his brother tripping, she know at the end of the day he gonna stand on these principles. So she knows she got to follow them guidelines. But the problem is, whenever you're led by kids instead of men that they're not disciplined and can't follow simple moral codes, you don't know what the hell he may do. He's irrational. So now you don't even know what to expect. And that's the worst place for a woman to be in, because they feel like they had no protection. The woman's not with you, brother, because you look good. Nigga, fuck that. Fuck, like, what they gonna do for me because you look good? Yeah, you pretty. Like, that's the man to worry about how a woman looks on the outside, because you're supposed to bring glory to him. But your job is to protect and guide that woman, lead that woman. If you can't do that, because she don't know how you're gonna respond in certain situations, because you may say one minute it's okay, the next minute you say man it's not okay. You know, she don't know who you're gonna invite. She don't know what you stand for, and what you don't stand for. She don't know what kind of buzz come to the crib. Like, my women know there's a certain kind of caliber of man that's gonna come in my motherfucking crib. He gonna keep the laws of God, so they know all that fun and shit is not gonna happen in this household. Simple and plain.
That's
But if
right.
they don't, but like they don't know you find a nigga that sell drugs, that do drugs, that's a thief. If they don't know that because you talk to him for 1 minute, you want to smoke weed, 1 minute you don't, 1 minute you think robbing is okay, 1 minute you think it's wrong. They don't know what kind of man you are, so they don't know who are you bringing around for one, and they don't even know if you're gonna be in the mood to protect them when it's time to protect them.
And so like this is I'm not going to just pull the precept. This is James 1:8. A
Uh,
double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, not just in that aspect. That carries on to every aspect. Because if you're unstable in this aspect, that carries on to the next aspect. Now you're just unstable and all over the place with everything that you do.
con, con. So it's basically just two dice dealing with each other. Because if she's unstable and you're unstable, who's the man? Who's the man in this situation? No one. And that's why the household dynamic is so off in Israel. Because, like I said, we don't have no men, we have kids. Now, I got a precept. Ecclesiastes chapter 10. Because kids are the ones that do shit based on, women and children do shit based on their emotions and how they feel. They don't really think too much of what's going to happen if I do this act. I'm mad, so I'm frustrated. I'm going to argue and I'm going to get mad. I'm going to slam the door and I'm going to walk out, not knowing how it's gonna make your husband feel, and I guess for you out there in the world with no, and now you just left your hedge of protection for the time being. He may go out there and grab you because he loves you, he care about you, but in a moment, you're taking the free game for the world, because like I always say, if you can't be corrected, you can't be protected. Simple and plain. If I can't correct you and you take that correction and you sit back by my side, you want to run off every time. I can't guarantee that I'm always gonna be there to protect you because I can't always come to arrest you if I don't even know where you be at. You can't block me and run and expect me to protect you whenever something go down. You know, that's what I'm saying. That's why it always got to be some kind of order as the man goes. Because if she knows you keep the laws of God and you got a principle that you set by, you say don't walk out the door. She's not gonna leave. Versus you're a man and you arguing and y'all gonna blow for blow. And now you can control your emotions. Now you crying and you mad. You want to fight. She crying. She mad. She want to fight. So she leave. You say, "F you, B, leave." That's all.
Hold on.
As a man, you should be able to control your emotions. That's why Kodasa, you can't be tossed to and fro. You unstable, brother.
I think I have because I found this something me.
Sorry, can you cut out? You cut out. I'm gonna go back to the left.
So like I'm gonna finish your precept, verse 3, right?
Yeah, I just come. Man, if I come back to this one, I'll go back to that one. I had another precept, but I can go back to this one.
Whichever one you want me to pull.
Yeah, verse 3. Verse 3. They go hand in hand.
Verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Our unwise king destroys his people because you're not moving in wisdom. For example, how do we get to America into captivity?
You said what? About slave ship.
But because we did what?
We disobeyed the commandments of the Lord.
Now us being unwise, so now we're destroyed as a people. Do you really think if all the men of every household decide to keep the laws of God and then everybody else decided not to, do you think we'd be in captivity right now? Because eventually everybody got in trouble, but to get in order. But that's what I'm saying. An unwise king destroy his people. Let's go back to many Bunny lesson we did the other day. We have pastors people that are teaching us to move in manners that are unwise and that are against God. And those people grow up to be men and have wives, but they are nothing but little boys inside grown man bodies. But it says, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. So through us waking up and keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, to be true men of Yahweh, we now can establish the household order and raise kids that can actually function and actually be assets to their community instead of liabilities and also harming instead of harming our community. Because there's no need for another drug dealer inside our community. There's no need for another scammer inside our community. There's no need for another pimp inside our community. There's no need for any more single mothers in our community. We don't have time for that. We passed that. We tried it. The shit didn't work.
And just a quick point that goes into being fruitful and multiply. But the thing we're doing right now is just multiplying. We're not being fruitful with it.
Exactly. Because you're not bringing no good fruit. You're damaging women and you're damaging kids.
And our nation as a whole.
Because every household is the beginning of the nation. Because a household, one household and it's one home. It's one house. Okay, but then you got 10 of those. That's a community. Then you multiply that by another 10. That's 100. Now you got a city. You multiply that by 100. Now you got a whole nation. So us together makes up a nation, but each nation can be broken down to a single household. So what are you doing, brother, to make sure your household is an asset to the nation? If you're not doing things that are beneficial for your nation and for your household, I can call you a man because you're not being prudent. You think about it here and now. You think about a light bill, but you're not even worried about your son over here talking to a 24-year-old woman that's really a transgender, that's really a man because you so locked in on Call of Duty. And what about the light bill not being due or the Wi-Fi finna go out because you didn't pay the bill? You're not being prudent, brother. You wouldn't even be in that position if you would took time to go to work and to figure out a budget plan, brother. You wouldn't even be in that position in the first place. I'm gonna get this precept. Unless you got something to add on that.
I was gonna I guess it's just a point to add through the spirit. We probably gonna hit this and got two precepts in James that I can use.
I'm bringing this one out next.
No, I was about to say I'm gonna get your precept first. Lord willing, it'll go through with it.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 16.
This is Ecclesiastes. Or Ecclesiastes or sorry.
Ecclesiastes.
Okay,
I can read it.
Come on, the water king.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning.
Come on, this verse so heavy. It says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child." It's going back to my point earlier. Grown men inside, grown men, like little children inside grown men's bodies. So you're a king, but your mind state and how you conduct yourself, you are a child. It say, "Woe to them, destruction, pain, misery to those that are being ruled by men that think and act like kids." Like that's something about our whole community, literally.
So like, and you hear it a lot. Hey, you just a little boy. I don't
Yeah,
want no little boy. I want a man.
exactly, exactly. And it's sad because it's true. It's sad because it's true. And you can even tell by the conversation that we have.
So
How
like,
many?
oh my bad.
I was gonna say Salaki, if I may, bro.
So like,
And
my
that's
bad,
a
my bad.
powerful. Like I said, that's a powerful point that you brought out.
Oh, I was just
And
gonna
like,
bring up the point. We even
and
got a movie called Baby Boy.
it's, oh yeah, I was gonna go into that too, bro. It's the spirit, bro. That's through the
That's
spirit,
what I
bro.
was gonna go
I was,
into.
I was gonna say
That's
we got a
really
whole
it.
movie called Baby Boy. What dog? He break it down in the beginning. What does the boy call his home? The crib.
Yep.
What does the man call his homies? His boys.
Oh no,
What
I'm
is the
good,
and
bro. It
what
was
does the
gonna be a
man
quick
call?
point. You got it, bro. Salakia.
And I gonna say what does the man call? And what does the man call his wife? His
Somebody
mom.
talking?
You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's
That,
me, Salaki.
that's
Can you hear
heavy.
me?
Yeah, keep going, you bunny. Come on, that's heavy.
I was there,
So
yeah. So
like, I can't hear
like,
you,
so
behind
Really? I hear him
you.
clear.
Con, I hear him too.
Come on, maybe on your end, Kadar.
Hold on, I'm about to leave and come back.
Come on.
I was say, yeah. So like, that's a powerful point because like, you know what I'm saying. We do have grown ass men with the mindset of a baby man. It's like, you know what I'm saying. You got men out here that still think in their 50s and 40s it's cool to play the field, bro. When doggone, bro, you should be out here teaching us
Facts.
what how not to be out here in the field for too long, bro. That's that man. That you know what I'm saying. These folks out here with that little kid mentality, bro.
Facts.
And
That shit.
then feel it and then feel a type of way when the OGs get on you and be like, you don't need to be doing that because niggas ain't had positive male figures in their life, so they don't know how to feel like Jody did in that movie when Melvin came at him. He wanted the first thing he wanted to do was kill the man. That show you that's a female response.
Come on, because you're angry for long.
Instead of taking heed to the wisdom, bro.
Exactly. Exactly. Because you get mad. The first thing you think about is last night because you seen your mom do that.
That's putting yourself too high above correction.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why pride coming for destruction. And it ain't nothing worse than a proud woman. But it's even more harmful and detrimental when you got a proud man that have a little boy mindset and end up in prison. End up in prison every time. It's like clockwork because you can't have a serious conversation with a man without getting your feelings and want to fight or shoot. Only person you end up is in the grave or either in jail. You know, like even going back to what I was going back to earlier about being prudent and also having morals. How many like how many stories have y'all heard niggas join the game so they can feel like they have a family and feel like they can be accepted, even though they know deep down inside that that's something that they didn't ever want to get into. That's some of the high school shit. Yeah, I'm riding with my clique, right or wrong, no matter do some fucked up shit or not. That's you going against your morals. That's why I say if you're not a man until you have morals,
That's right, bro.
and your morals should never be on a line for nobody or for nothing. It's either Is either like was he like they getting along with the morals or y'all can't hang? But bring the priest about one more time. Bible could shot Zebulon. I've been from this.
Con. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning.
Come on, now what do y'all think this means? And like Prince eat in the morning.
Basically, like they sons don't have discipline.
Come on, because when you first wake up, like whenever I was growing up, the first thing I had to do when I woke up on Saturday morning, make my bed, and then I had to go outside and rake the yard. Food came after I raked the yard. It didn't come before. Damn sure didn't come before. If that food came before I raked that yard, I'm getting my ass to it. So the first thing you do when you wake up, you think about pleasing the flesh. How many of our people wake up and first thing they think about is catching a nut?
Everybody. So like, yeah, that was
Everybody.
a lot of people. A lot of our people for sure. I used to be like that.
Yeah, brother, you hadn't even watched your ass, you hadn't brushed your teeth, you hadn't even made no money yet. So we all care about money. We haven't even made no money yet.
Salakia, that kind of reminds me of like in the world, people smoke. The first thing they do is they smoke.
Wake and bake. They give into further in the morning. They give into their desire. That show you have no discipline. You're not prudent because you're not foreseeing what's gonna happen in the future. You're not trying to prepare what may happen in the future. Oh man, now I probably need to say that 50 bucks instead of getting that 3.5 because who knows? I may run into a nail dam and have a flat tire. You know, I may need to get a patch. Or shit, I may meet a young lady that actually want to build someone. I may want to take her out. First thing you do, you call the weed man. You want to get a 3.5. You want to call some ratchet hoes over and try to get a quick nut, not knowing the bitch burning. You so how you forgot to wrap up. Because the first thing you thought about in the morning was to fulfill your lust and your desire. That's child's play. A real man looks and see what he got to do for today, and see how his action today is going to affect his future. Those kind of men are going to build strong households. Because the Most High, he don't do anything by accident. It's the weak.
Man.
Come.
You got another precept?
Yeah, I do. But shit, you got anything to add for sure?
I mean, it was really more so you had got a point earlier, but it was James. Where is it at? So I get James 1:19. It was something you said earlier, I forgot, but this is something that I feel like men should definitely follow too. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath, because we be so quick to listen what somebody got to say, and we listen to respond. We don't listen to actually listen to what someone is telling us.
Exactly.
Not understanding that you can get wisdom from, like I tell people, you're not too high above anything to receive wisdom from some people you don't think you can receive wisdom from. So don't think you too high above to receive wisdom from, even from your wife.
Come on. And that's a mighty point. Because brothers gotta understand, like, your wife is here to be a pillar of rest, but also she's your tower defense against death. What do you think that means? What do you think that means? She can protect you from death. Because
kind of keep you in line in a sense.
Yeah, because even on a carnal level, we know how many men want to go to the doctor whenever something hurting them. Not many.
Nobody.
Exactly. But who's in your back ear yapping the whole time? I think you need to go to the doctor. I think you need to go. You've been hurting for a week. Yeah, I heard you. You know what I'm saying? The whole time she's doing what she's called doing. That's saving, like that's prolong your life. She see this one situation keeps stressing you out, so she gives you some words of wisdom. Hey, babe, I think it's wise you to just, let that be for a while, Start trying to force it. Just let it be. Just let it go. And if the Lord makes you to have it, he'll bring it back. Whether it be a job, whatever it be, car, whatever it be, a woman, whatever it be. And you so stuck on having it, you hurt yourself more by trying to hold on to it. The whole time, the Lord's saying to tell you that but you didn't receive because of the person it came from. And you find out months later, guess what? She had a man and 3 kids the whole time. You wonder why? You wonder why you can never call it past 9 o'clock. That didn't ring a bell. Your woman said, "Man, that's strange." You said, "Ha, you just hating."
Hmm.
No, she ain't just hating. She's doing her job. So I definitely agree with Kadar. But also now our women can give you some wicked counts too. But at the same time, so you'd have that discernment.
I was just about to say
But
that.
always hear them out. Like don't just don't brush them out because who they are and you feel like you above them. No, because at the end of the day, like I want to go into before we get out this call is like you gotta understand like the most I give you a daughter of Zion, my brother, and kids on top of that, cherish that because those are things he blessed you with and those are your possessions. At the end of the day, like them children, when it's like children, most of God love them just as much as he loves you. He loves
And,
daughter of Zion just as much as he loves you. So don't think you treat them any less because you so called got the title, and you got to be part of the elect. Don't forget, the Most High God love them just as much. But go ahead, King Salaki.
and did you buying say something? Oh no, you muted. And like to back on the point that you just said, like women can give you wicked counsel too, and I do agree with that. But the analogy that I like to use is like you a king, bro. You rule over your village. You hear
Right.
everybody, but at the end of the day, you make that decision.
Exactly.
But at times we got to understand before we make that decision. Proverbs 3 and 5, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct our paths. Most time I gonna feel you, bro. If you go to him first.
Come on. Ever. 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 You go to him first, you pray about it, and you sit back and you meditate on it. For sure, the Most High will never fail you. I'm gonna get one more precept for sure. Going to like the kids things. Um, Genesis chapter 18 verse 19. Zebulon, do you mind grabbing that for me?
Con, I got you. Genesis 8 and 19.
18 and 19. Because we know Most High God looked at Abraham as his friend. You know,
That's
so
cold.
whatever he did, we need to follow that same example. And he listened to his wife whenever she said, "Send that hoe on." Excuse my language. That bitch got a step. Still ain't playing. I'm just keeping that shit a bean, man. So like it, Ishmael, but hey,
Nah, bro, it brings a little salt to the video. You funny.
Mom say get the stepping. You gotta get the stepping shot. It's simple and plain. But no, I'm just trolling. But for sure, like you gotta listen to him sometimes for sure. But grab that preacher real quick, everyone.
Con, this is Genesis chapter 18, verse 19. For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him.
Con. So the Most High God say He knows Abraham gonna teach his household the ways of the Lord and to do justice and judgment. That's what we have to do. And if you ain't got a household, one of my favorite precepts, Sirach chapter 4. One of my favorite precepts because I also got one of Kadar's favorite precepts in there too, I think, about being a lion. One of my precepts when it comes to just being a man, like, and what all it entails, because your job just don't start with your household. It don't. Sorry, brother. It don't.
Start with you.
Yeah. It don't start. It don't stop at your household. It stops whenever we get the kingdom. It stops whenever your nation is back where they need to be. And if you feel like it don't start with your household, if you feel like it don't end and start with your household, you're weak, brother. I don't want you around me because what good is your household being okay, but the whole nation is suffering? It's no good. Yeah, well, yeah. See him living in good. We see you got a good home and all this, but everybody else living in tents. No, that's not what we're doing. That's not love. That's not love at all. But
But you want Salat. He said
oh,
sorry
so,
for.
oh my bad. I know you was there. Direct 4. Do. Damn. Verse. I really want to start at verse 8. But I'm gonna start at verse Verse 10. I'm just gonna start at verse 10.
Con. Oh, you got a Zebulon?
I got you. I got you. I'm right here.
And well, I ain't gonna bring that point. I mean, I just feel like that's something man should work on too as a whole, kind of going back into the slow to wrath thing. Also, like controlling our tongue in certain situations. I feel like that's why. And this is just a quick point. That's why I feel like James 1:19, where it says, once again, wherefore my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, actually process what you got to say, and slow to wrath, because you're gonna sit there and get mad for no reason over something that somebody's actually giving you wisdom on. But we got to also understand that as men, we can say things, because that's why I say the tongue, it's a sword, bro. It's a fire. Where is it at?
Matter of fact, start at verse 8 then, because I really want to start at verse 8. Start at verse 8. Start at verse 8.
Con, this is Sirach chapter 4, verse 8. Let it not grieve thee to bow down thine ear to the poor, and give him a friendly answer with meekness.
Con. Keep going, King, verse 9.
Deliver him that suffereth wrong from the hand of the oppressor, and be not faint-hearted when thou sittest in judgment.
Con. So give down our ear to the lowly. Not, I know it says poor, but to the person that you feel like is beneath you, you feel like don't know as much as you. Bend down your ear and listen what the hell they got to say, no matter what their status is, because anybody can give you a gem. And then whenever you hear what he has to say, he'll give him a friendly answer in meekness. And then, because whenever it's time, and then also when it's time for you to sit in sit inside that judgment seat, don't be quick to fold. Don't be quick to fold. Because who knows? You listen to that counselor, you wouldn't be in this position anyway. So I go like your point is mighty, because like bro, like you're not that guy that knows all. No one knows all. No one knows all.
And once again, it's because like it is cold, because in a sense, bro, you gotta hold on.
That reminds me of a script. It's like, do not be above a rebuke or something like that.
Come on. Well, I know when I say he that despises correction should not be wise, or rebuke should not be wise. Hold on. Look that Proverbs rebuke.
Oh, above reproach, Salakia.
Above reproach. You got the precept, King? Fedora, you got the precept?
Fuck you, hold on.
Come, it's a lot. Okay, come. Wait, I keep going. Go to verse 10. Bible can show you on my.
Con. Verse 10. Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of an husband unto their mother, so shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doth.
Come. So if you don't have a family, your job is to go out in our community and find the kids that don't have a good role model and be that role model to them. Like, you shouldn't be out here trying to mac on single moms because you know they need the money and you give them a couple dollars to take these kids out shopping just so you can back there and hit. Real men don't do that. Real men love their community and they go out and they try to do what's best for their community. You know? Like for sure, like growing up, not to get too explicit, but whenever my dad had went to jail, all of a sudden, like you seen like dope boys around the hood, give me a couple dollars to go to the can lady and stuff like that. Off my mama a couple dollars. But when my dad got out, all like niggas didn't come around anymore because y'all was doing that shit to smack my mom. The whole time, like growing up now, I know that what y'all was trying to do, but she wasn't going for it. So now my dad got out of jail, and she told him about it. Yeah, y'all didn't come around no more, huh? How I run it, but that shit that we like, that's type of character that we push into our community. Going back to what I was saying earlier, like it's okay to smash on another man's old lady as long as he's not your partner. Well, no, your whole job's making sure these kids get raised up and be good citizens. That should be our main focus. Brothers should not
Comment.
like
Yeah.
like y'all lust should not cloud y'all judgment that much. Yeah, go
Con,
ahead.
did you have another precept, Salakia?
Oh no, you got one. You can go ahead.
Um, I was trying to. I couldn't get the point. I was trying to get it out, but
Bring
had
it back
an
up. It's an open
inconvenience. What
forum.
was it?
Bring it
What
back
was
up.
it? What was it? It was. Then I bring up Proverbs 25 and 28 because it was gonna go with something you said earlier, bro. It was like the
Bring
perfect
it back up.
fit.
I got one more point I want to hit anyway before we close up.
Yeah, Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. But I'm trying to figure out, bro. It was something you said earlier because I was
Like,
still trying to get to James 3. But so, like, keep going.
yeah, like you can't control your emotion as a man. Like, brother, you just as vulnerable and just as weak as a woman for real. Simple and plain.
Because by not controlling your emotion, I mean, obviously, you won't be able to control your tongue, too.
Exactly.
And we all know when you say something, they forgive, but they ain't gonna never forget, my boy.
At all. At all.
Like this, bro. Really, James 3 is cold. James 3 from 1 all the way down to talking about an unruly tongue is crazy.
Yeah, I definitely got to read it, bro. I have not read it. You know, just I was something for this week, but I definitely got to read it. Anybody got any more precept? I got one more precept, but that's it.
Kind of try to read that and then go into something else spark in my head.
Okay, it's Sirach chapter 10.
I'm here, Art.
Sirach chapter 10. And I'm gonna start at verse 26.
It's Sirach chapter 10 and verse 26. Be not over wise in doing thy business, and boast not thyself in the time of thy distress.
So like, don't try to finesse brothers. Don't think you just slick Rick and you just can scam brothers because you just got the fastest and smoothest talk game in the city. Okay? And boast not thyself in time of your distress. Like, don't act like you just that guy and you're gonna make a way and just act like everything is all good when everything is not. Because keep going up, verse 27.
27. Better is he that laboreth and aboundeth in all things than he that boasteth himself and wanteth bread.
Because, bro, the whole time you just hurting yourself. And I know us as men got that bad. Like, act like everything's okay when it's really not. It's okay to be vulnerable with your bros. And that's what real men do. Real men come and talk to their brothers and let them know what's going on. You don't always have to be okay, y'all. It's okay. Not every day I'm okay, Not every day.
Right.
But us as men, like, we have a problem with letting our guard down with our bros. That's why I say have one counsel out of 1,000. Because you don't trust everybody, that's wise. But find you one brother to confide in. That you can confide in. Because some stuff that, like, you can tell your bro, like, you can't tell your woman. There's certain stuff that I can't tell my ribs. For sure. It'll break their heart, and also it'll cause shit, I'll hell to break loose, you know what I'm saying? And if also, like, if I'm stressing and worried about something, I can tell them no, because then they may stress. Because end of the day, I got to keep this shit strong and together so they don't panic. But I can tell my bro what I'm going through. We can get a drink, cry, and laugh it out, and come up with, hey, maybe come up with a solution or two, or if it just take time, that too. But don't try to ball everything in until you set the floor and act like everything's okay. Like, yeah, come on, man, shit ain't wrong, man. I'm blessed. Yeah, we understand you may be blessed in certain areas, but sometimes life is taking your ass too, though. So that's for sure one thing I want to let brothers know before we get out this call. Like, it's cool to confide in brothers for sure. I don't think that make you weak. That's make you a real man because it shows that you want to grow and you want help. Whatever the case may be. It may not always be financial. It may be relationships. It may be job advice. It just may be you just want someone to talk to. Maybe you just spirit that been feeling down. You need a brother to come make you laugh. That's all. That's all reason to just confide in your brother. Because I yield those. So whoever got another piece, they can bring it up, or a point. It don't even matter.
Well, this,
And got a point to add.
So somebody about to say something?
yeah, I was about to say something, but I think I heard Yabanya about to say something.
No, that was me. That was me.
Oh, I was
But
just
you
gonna say,
got it. You got it. You got it, brother.
yeah, I was just gonna say off of what Gazam was saying. That reminds me of like 1 Corinthians 3:18. Let no one deceive himself.
Read it.
Like,
Read it.
you know, you can't be lying to yourself because you know you're gonna lead yourself astray, which is in turn gonna leave your household astray. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise.
Yeah, like don't be delusional, as like my as they say, man. As my real say, don't be delusional, man. Oh, she loves it. I'm not delusional, but hey. Cause I'm the type of motherfucker. I ain't gonna care. I gotta admit that's why I had to bring it out to cut myself. Cause I'm the type of nigga like, man, just think positive. That shit gonna work out. No, nigga. Sometimes you need to get help. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you need to see shit for what it is.
This shit, man. Yeah, I just what I'm saying. I'm just gonna pray and I'm just gonna keep smiling and laughing and nah. The Lord gave us doubts for a reason. Now I know they may not believe in the Lord, but He gave them a skill for a reason. So yeah, for sure, I had to bring that out for sure because as black men, I know we for sure. Well, Israelite men in general, I know we for sure deal with that a lot because we feel like everything
Hey, it's a
everything
lot.
we do is on a microscope and it's judged. But
It's
it
a
need to
lot.
be. Come on, go ahead.
It's a lot. Yeah, precept. This is what you praise the Lord. This is what you was going into earlier about how brothers should come to each other for certain things. This is James chapter 5 and verse 16. Confess your faults one to another and pray one for another that ye may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. That's cold, my boy.
I'll pray mighty precept. I ain't gonna care.
That's cold, bro.
That's
cold, boy.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Like
That's tough.
That's real though. You know how many times like I've been going through something and your bunny call and then add germ to the call and don't even want to bring it up, but through the spirit, like we get on top and I just have to speak about it. And through us talking about it, you see that I get an idea on how to solve it, or I just feel better about going through it and dealing with it. Because not all the time we come up with, hey, not all the time you don't have all the answers, but just talking about it makes you feel better, like give you that strength to endure. And then if Germ always coming through in the chat like, shit, I'm praying for brothers and y'all pray for me. For sure. So for sure, hey, sometimes that's all you need to hear. Or could all praying for him for sure. I'm praying for him too, so shit, we got it. It's gonna pass for sure. So like shit like that shit is invaluable. Like that's why but brothers don't know unless you say something. Brothers unless you say something.
And it's even more powerful in the CSB. It says, therefore confess your sins to one another, pray for one another so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person is very powerful in its effect. That's crazy.
Come on. Imagine 4 mighty brothers. Imagine one alone is powerful. Imagine 4. Imagine all four of us praying for the same thing, and fast on top of it. Fasting for one brother, but we don't know if we don't know.
That's why it also goes into like carrying each other burden. Some brothers kind of take that of effect and kind of just try to throw everything to the other brother. That's not how you do it, bro. You deal with what you can while the other brother, you know what I'm saying, help you where he can.
Come on.
Don't take that and try to spin it and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast this on my brother because it don't work like that, bro.
But I'm gonna tell you how practical that is. We all play sports, right? For the most part.
Yeah.
So you ever been like everybody like say like your whole team tired, But we get into a huddle and we put all our arms on each other and just lean in. I don't know how, but it's like everybody get rest. But we all carrying the next person's burden. But how come it seems like we all get rest? That's how the truth is, and that's how the situation is in life. Like, even though I got my own shit, if I'm able to lean on you, Bunyan, you able to lean on Zebulon, and then Zebulon able to lean back on me, and Kadar be able to lean on us two in the middle, no diddy. Nigga, we all get rest.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what that strong knit community and nation helps out with the most, because how much more would it help if we have four righteous sisters doing the same thing for brothers of each other, brother real? How mighty that would be through the spirit, and they did it in righteousness. Oh, since we're about this, and they all get together and they kind of hang out and drink, and they come up with a righteous solution, and they just bear each other burden. They all pray for each other household. Then the men do the same. Then the kids come together and play. Like, that's righteous, but and that shit will bring joy and peace to everybody. But it starts with the men. It starts with the men, because we got to set that example.
And that's why I say when you cut off the head, man.
Come on, man. We got to set that example for sure. Because we can't get our shit together. They damn sure ain't getting their shit together.
It's not funny, bro. It's just funny because it's true.
That's true. Like, shit.
You can't get around that, bro.
But anything I'm all out of precepts. Shit, we can do a part 2 if y'all want to keep going on the men. We definitely got to build a man back up after this shit. We tore him down pretty much today. We're gonna build him back up next week, probably, Lord willing.
We can just do that, like a breakdown and the build up.
Yeah, come on, build him back up. Let them know they still a king on this earth, man. Don't get it twisted, man. The king may fall, but he get his ass back up for sure.
God, because we wanted to basically things that men do wrong. We can go into things that like
they do,
they do right, or they can help them do right,
fact.
Or give them basically really the moral compass that a man should have.
Come. But with
honestly,
that, I say, call like how about Shemal Shah? Say Shalom.
Shalom.
Cause